Alright, so we finally got a trailer out now for season 2 of Record of Ragnarok, and for those of you who have been following my channel for a while now, you know I usually like to celebrate any of the news that we get for Ragnarok. I think it's obvious just how much love I have for the series as a whole, so before I get into what my overall thoughts and expectations are, I just want to say that if you're an anime only, I'm actually going to be only talking about the anime and keeping this video spoiler free until I give you a warning. This is just to help make the video watchable for everybody, but there will be a point where I'll have to get into some spoilers for season 3 and talk about the manga, so I'll make sure to give you guys the warning just in case. And with that out of the way, let's just get into it. So the overall trailer's a little over a minute. The first 30 seconds or so is just content we've already seen from season 1, so the rest of the video is pretty much new for everyone. But it's weird just how good the first 30 seconds look, right? And maybe that's just because I wasn't particularly a fan of the final product we got for season 1, but it's interesting just how many moments of actual action or movement we got in these first 30 seconds. And I'm not gonna be a dead horse here, guys. I think you already know what it is I'm trying to say, but I only mention this because it's actually pretty comparable to the rest of the video. Maybe the only visual difference I can mention is the heavier detail in the art now, right? And guys, you'll never hear me complain about the art for season 1. I think the art for season 1 was generally impressive. It reminded me a lot of the art style from JoJo's with the heavier shading and thick lines. So again, beyond the 30-second mark is where we get into actual new content, and for what it's worth, it does look like a step in the right direction if we're only talking about the art. And a while ago, we were given some promo art to help tease the trailer reveal, and throughout this video, you'll notice some of these characters appear throughout and some more than others. And for the most part, it's mainly Jack the Ripper and Heracles. We see some of their fight in this trailer, but we're then seeing a couple other new faces that were also teased in the promo art. So we've seen Shiva before, but then we're also seeing someone else. It's the same character we see in the bottom right of the poster. And then for a moment, we see another new face. It's the same character we saw positioned above Brunhild. But besides these two, Shiva, Jack, Heracles, and Brunhild, the only other character that we don't see in this trailer that's from the poster is this person in the top right. And considering just how many trailers and teasers we got before the release of season 1, I think it was around 4 or 5 actually, so I'm assuming this trailer won't be the last. We'll probably see him appear in the next 2 or 3, but I just wanted to mention this in case anyone else hadn't noticed. But like I said, most of it is just Jack the Ripper versus Heracles, and again, it looks pretty good, but there is a couple things I'm on the fence about. So if you look carefully, you'll notice in some of these moments during their fights some CGI, and this is where it's gonna get a little awkward, right? I mean, it's not like I have anything against CGI. I think if done right, it could be handled in good taste, but it's really nothing I'm honestly crazy about. And from the few seconds that I could see, it's not enough for me to really worry about, but I have to be honest, I just don't think it's a good sign either. So like I mentioned earlier, the only visual difference that I really noticed was the heavier shading and thicker lines in the art style compared to season 1, but I did want to mention the CGI because if I'm only going to be talking about 30 seconds of new content anyway, then I think it's just fair I mention what I took away from this trailer the most, and this was definitely something that stuck with me. Now, if these 30 seconds of new content were so much more than just one step in the right direction, then I really wouldn't find a need to mention what's 2 or 4 seconds of CGI, right? But because it seems like it's only the art that's improved, it's hard for me to really celebrate a new season when the chances of it looking like season 1 just look all the more likely to happen now. And it's not that I hate season 1, I'm thankful we even have a season 1, but if I had the chance to choose between receiving the season 1 that we got or still getting it and then getting a season 2 that's pretty much on the same level of quality, then I think I would just prefer not getting a season 2 entirely. And I really hope I'm not coming across as pessimistic. That's not what I'm trying to do here, but I just find so much value, maybe even too much value, in what the manga covers in the future fights for me to just be okay with some mid-tier adaptation. Of course, if you're a massive fan of season 1, then you probably think I'm talking crazy here, right? You're probably even looking forward to season 2, but I don't know, I guess my expectations for season 1 were so high at the time that I just couldn't believe what we got. And even now, I think a high-tier quality anime for season 2 would be enough for me to celebrate season 1 and accept it, but it's more like I just made my peace with season 1 and didn't know what to expect for the next. But now that the trailer's here and it looks like it's only the art that's improved, I'm just kinda on the fence now. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if the visual quality is the same and nothing else. And I really hope this doesn't come off as a rant to you guys, because again, that is not what I'm trying to do here. At most, I'm just sitting here now with mixed feelings, so please feel free to comment down below what you all think. I'm sure there has to be all kinds of opinions. And again, I'm pretty much over season season 1, there's a lot I found to appreciate about it in retrospect, but if I could save my time by not watching the next season, I think that's just what I'd rather do. Of course, my whole channel here is about Record of Ragnarok, so I'll have no choice and watch the whole thing anyway, but honestly, the manga's just been so good, especially for what season 2 has to cover, so hopefully the next couple teasers and trailers could show more and prove me wrong. But I'm gonna be going into some manga spoilers here, guys, so if you're an anime only, feel free to skip ahead. I'll leave a minute mark here on the screen in case, so this is your warning. So besides all the round 4 material, we're also seeing Buddha and Raiden, but we don't actually see Zero, so I'm curious to know what you all think. Do you think we're gonna only see rounds 4 and 5 get animated? Because honestly, I just don't see the anime covering rounds 4 through 6 in only 12 or 13 episodes, especially not if they really want to commit to a solid round 4, so at most I could probably imagine seeing Buddha and Zero's walk in the arena, but even then that could easily take up a whole episode. And I know I mentioned that I'd prefer not seeing a season 2 if they kept the same level of quality as the previous season, but if it manages to keep 2 fights a season from now on rather than 3, then I think that could only be a good thing, especially considering the length of round 4 and the start to round 6. But that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't rain on anyone's parade, but feel free to comment down below and tell me how you all feel about this trailer. Anything you agreed or disagreed with, I'm curious to know what the community has to say. But before I end the video, I just want to give a very special thanks to the channel's patrons, Iron and Justin. Thank you so much for your support, and for anyone wondering, I just recently opened up a Patreon where if you're interested, you can sign up too and get into this monthly Q&A I'll be doing now here on the channel. I just posted the first one on the channel, so from now until the end of July, feel free to consider joining. You'd also be helping me out a lot here in a massive way and get a special shout out like this in every single video. The link will be in the description below, or you could just search it yourself at patreon.com/Izanami. But other than that, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you're interested in more Record of Ragnarok, then make sure you subscribe. I'll be doing more here on the channel like always, and yeah, have a great day.